Hey everyone, it's Chris Barnes from East Brunswick Public Library, back with another episode of Read, Watch, Listen, where we talk to people in the community about the media and content they've been consuming and enjoying, so you can find great stuff next time you come to the library. Today's special guest is Sarah Zyto. She works in the Teen Services Department here at East Brunswick Public Library. Sarah, thank you for being on the show today.
Chris, thank you so much for having me.
So Sarah works in our Teen Services Department. She helps with programs, activities, helping teens find books. What's your favorite part of your job?
I love my job. I love doing readers advisory for all ages, and I love doing crafts. How many people get to say they do crafts for a living? So it's been really fun here. We have an excellent teen volunteer base. It's massive compared to some other libraries that I've experienced, and they're just really dedicated, and it's a true joy working with them.
Well, thank you for all that you do here. Sarah's always busy, and you can find her in the Teen Services Department. So again, this is Read, Watch, Listen, where we talk to people about what they've been reading, watching, and listening. When you get to the end of the episode, if you check the show notes, we will have links to the things we discuss so you can borrow it from the library. So we'll start out with the read. Sarah, what have you been reading lately?
So much. I'm a huge bookworm, another perk of working in a library. My first pick would be Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby and Pelt. This is magical realism told from three very distinct point of views. The first chapter starts with Tova. She's a widow who you found out lost her son in a mysterious accident many years prior. The second point of view is Marcellus, who is an octopus who Tova befriends. And the third is Cameron, a 30-year-old slacker who is on a quest to find his dad. I would recommend this to anyone who's ever experienced grief or is experiencing grief now, anyone undergoing a major life transition, whether it be entering your senior years or even your 30s, but anyone who has ever had a special relationship with an animal. It's a very touching story and storytelling at its finest, I would say.
Very cool. Is there anything else that you've been reading?
My second pick is Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingslover. This is a modern retelling of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. If you have not read David Copperfield, that's okay. It's set in the 1990s Appalachia during the height of the opioid crisis. The real shining star of this book is the title character, Demon Copperhead. That's his nickname. He's born to a single mother in a double-wide trailer, and he's a protagonist worth rooting for. He's bright, resilient, resourceful. I became so invested in his journey, I could not put the book down. So I would definitely recommend that.
Is there anything else that you'd like to recommend in the literature world?
Yes. If you like historical fiction, you might want to check out Pachinko by Jin Min Lee. This is a sprawling historical fiction novel. It begins in the early 1900s and continues on into the late 80s. It follows Sunja and her family through war, famine, and discrimination as she moves from Korea to Japan. The title Pachinko is a reference to pachinko parlors, which are a type of casino where you can play these pinball-like machines and gamble. For many Koreans in Japan, that was one of the only forms of upward financial mobility. However, you would always be seen as a gangster. It's really about, despite the many transformative changes in Japan during the 20th century, that discrimination still remained for many Koreans.
And is there anything else? Any other books?
Yeah, one more. This is if you like memoir or nonfiction. I would like to recommend Somebody's Daughter by Ashley C. Ford. I've read many popular memoirs that have come out in the past few years. I would say most memoirs. And this is one that just doesn't get enough recognition. It's beautiful. Ashley Ford speaks her truth with compassion, grace, and honesty. It's about how she's navigating her life growing up while her beloved father is incarcerated, and her mom is still reeling with anger and heartbreak from his betrayal. Ashley doesn't know what he did to end up in prison, and her mom is the sole breadwinner of the family. I would provide a trigger warning for sexual assault for this book. It's not terribly graphic, but it does delve into some dark places, but it's a beautiful, honest work.
Thank you for sharing those. So we're going to switch over to the watch. What have you been watching lately?
Yes. So since I work in a library, my watch and listens, spoiler alert, both have some book recommendations that go along with it as well. So first of all, I love Viola Davis. I'll watch anything that she's in. I think she's a fabulous actor, one of the best of our time. Her performance in Fences comes to mind in particular. That's the August Wilson play that was made into a film a couple years back. And her audiobook, Finding Me, is excellent. It won a Grammy. It actually brought her up to EGOT status. So she's won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. She's just fabulous.
I second Viola Davis love. She's great in everything she does, being the comic book nerd that I am. I love how she plays Amanda Waller, the secret Black Ops government executive who runs all these crazy, shady paramilitary squads. She's just awesome at everything she does.
She's awesome. Agree.
So is there anything else that you've been watching?
Yes, this movie is kind of a throwback, but I don't think it's familiar to as many people as it should be. The movie is Victor Victoria. It is available on a consortium. It's a musical comedy. So I guess with Wicked right now, musicals might be kind of popular. It might be a good time to look at this one. It's entirely different from Wicked. A story old as time. Julie Andrews plays a struggling soprano who goes undercover pretending to be a drag performer. So a woman pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman. She finds a lot of success very quickly. No one has ever been so convinced by a drag performer before. And all of her success is threatened when she begins to fall in love with a straight male patron. It's delightfully queer, surprisingly ahead of its time. It has a great score.
Very cool. And last, what have you been listening to?
So right now I am obsessed with Doechii's Grammy-nominated album, Alligator Bites Never Heal. Doechii is a hip-hop artist and rapper who actually got her start on TikTok, but I actually found her through the NPR Tiny Desk concert. I would describe her music as just really fresh and honest and vulnerable, and I've been listening to it nonstop for the past 2 months.
Is there anything else that you've been cranking on your headset?
Yeah, another artist I'd like to recommend is Japanese Breakfast. Japanese Breakfast is an indie pop band from Philly. The frontrunner of the band is Michelle Zauner. She actually wrote a memoir in 2021 called Crying in H Mart. It's about her relationship to her Korean identity as a mixed-race woman in America, while her mother, her only Korean parent, is dying from cancer. And it's also a food memoir. She really describes her relationship with Korean culture, in particular Korean food. So that's a beautiful book. And her music is great. It's very ethereal sounding and kind of shoegazy. So I would recommend Japanese Breakfast as well.
Sounds good to me. Sarah, before we go, I'm going to ask you a question. I hope I'm not putting you on the spot. One of the constant things we hear in library land is adults who wish they could read more YA fiction. Should they or should they not?
All people of all ages should be able to read whatever they choose. We have a fabulous YA collection in teen services. We get patrons of all ages checking out books. And YA is very popular right now with adults. It's seeing a rise of new adult readers, and I would say adult readers as well. So I encourage anyone to come to the teen space and check out our collection.
And everyone, thanks Sarah for co-signing and agreeing on it. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up here on Read, Watch, Listen. Special thanks to our producer, Melissa Hosick, as always, for making this sound great. You can find more of our podcasts on Read, Watch, Listen and our other shows at ebpl.org/podcast. For East Brunswick Public Library, I'm Chris Barnes. Thanks for listening.